Hello, 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 and welcome to Geeky Girls Journal. My name is Andrea, and I am your hostess with the mostest. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm your hostess with the mostest. And I just want to start this video off by welcoming you. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are a current subscriber, that means you're a dreamer, you're a family. So I just want to thank you all for rocking with me to this point, and I hope that you'll continue to do so. We've got a lot to discuss here, and I am your girl. I'm just the right person at the right time to have these conversations with you. So what I like to do, if you're new here, is to motivate and inspire. So you're going to hear a lot of motivation and some old inspiration. So if you like those kind of things, stick with us. And again, if you haven't subscribed, click that bell and become a part of the Geeky Girls Journal family. This subject we're just going to dive right into because it really requires just your involvement. Today's topic is going to be about no longer being afraid. That's right. I said it. You heard it come out of Andrea's mouth. No longer are you going to be afraid. You're not going to be afraid because you're going to be confident, you're going to be strong, and you're going to be courageous. Now, you're no longer going to be afraid. The excuses are over. If you have any, go ahead and take them, throw them out the window. Because today, we're going to put our big girl clothes on. We're going to put our big girl clothes on. And if you're a guy listening, put your big guy clothes on. And we're going to talk about how we're not going to be afraid any longer. We are going to chase after those goals. We are going to chase after those dreams that we have in our heart. Because guess what? If it weren't for you to accomplish those goals and to have that big dream, you would have never had it. God planted that in you because he saw and he knows things about you that you probably don't even know at this moment. He knows things about you that you're going to accomplish. So what we're going to do is chase those goals. We're going to pursue those goals. I'm going to start out by telling you all something that I experienced just recently, and it just stuck with me, and I wanted to get on here and share it. So here I am. We're here. We're going to share, and I hope you get something out of this. Okay, let me take a second. Let me take a deep breath. Whew. All right, I'm ready, you guys. So I was reading Joshua. Okay, some of you are familiar with Joshua. It's in the Bible. So I was reading Joshua, and in Joshua, I'm just going to summarize it a little bit. Joshua 1 through 9 is where I'm going to take this part of the conversation. So I was reading, and in this particular part of Joshua, God was telling Joshua what he was going to do next. He was telling him what his plan for his life was and what his purpose was. And Moses had died. So Moses died. And now it was time for Joshua to take over where Moses had left off. So all the things that God had promised Moses, Joshua was being promised the same thing. So God was telling him, be strong, be courageous, be confident, don't be fearful. I am going to be with you wherever you go. In fact, he told Joshua that whatever his foot touched, wherever he walked, was going to be his. So that's what I want to talk about today. Wherever he walked was going to be his. So the way that I interpreted this, so God told him, he gave him some instructions along the way. If you are not familiar with it, I encourage you definitely to go look at Joshua 1 and read it, and then come back and talk to me in the comment section and let me know. Do you agree with me? My perspective may be a little bit different from yours, but I'm just going to tell you the way that I interpreted this. So God told him, stick to the book. Stick to the book. Okay? Read it word for word. Meditate on it day and night. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Meditate on it day and night. Meditate on it day and night. So he told him to read it, meditate on it day and night, and then do not deviate from this book. Whatever it says to do in this book, this is what you are to do. And then you are going to go take over the land. Let me tell you all how God is so good. As I was reading it in my mind, and I hope that I can get this out the way that I interpreted it. I hope that you can understand it. The way that I interpreted this passage was in the natural and in the spiritual sense, but also I looked at it as a business owner. So for me, I looked at it and I said, Well, if God told Joshua to read it, don't deviate from this plan, meditate on it night and day, and to follow the instructions, and then to take over the land. I'm going to give you everything you want, everything you desire. Whatever your foot touches is yours. Wherever you walk is yours. So for me, I looked at it, I said, well, if God could tell Joshua that, that is applicable to me as well, because he wants me to follow the plan for my life. How do I figure out what that is? Pray. Ask the Lord what it is that he wants me to do. So follow it day and night. We're talking about goal setting. What is it that you want to do, and how are you going to accomplish the goals? How are you going to accomplish that big dream, that thing that you have been saying, I want to do for years and years, but you haven't even put your foot to the ground yet to get it started? How do you figure out how you're going to accomplish those goals and those dreams? What is your plan? The first thing I say to do is to meditate. Meditate on what it is that you want to do. Day and night, think about it. Go to the book. If you need assistance, go to the book. What does the book tell you to do? Okay? It tells you to write your vision, make it plain. Write down the things that you want to do. That's your vision. Write down your vision and make it plain. I suggest that you write it in a language and using vocabulary that you can understand, because you're not writing it for anybody else. This is your dream. This is your vision. You write it in a way that you can understand it, in a way that you can follow it. So write your vision, make it plain. Now, go and you refer to that vision. You refer to the things that you have written down. What are your goals? Do you want to, if you're a content creator, is your goal to, it may have been to reach 1,000 followers, but we need to dream bigger than that. We're well beyond 1,000. No, that was last year's goal. This year, what is your goal? What do you want to do? How many people do you want to reach? So you might say, okay, I want to reach 100,000 people. So what are your steps? What are the steps you're going to take to reach 100,000 people? In your business, you might say, I want to become a multi-million-dollar business. So what are you going to do to become a multi-million-dollar business? Write your steps down. Refer to those steps daily. Focus. We have to focus right now. Focus. What is your focus? What's your goal? What's your plan? Refer to that. Meditate on it. Okay? Am I making sense to you all? Meditate on it. Refer to those goals. Okay, the next step was do not be afraid. I am with you. God says, do not be afraid. Be courageous. Be confident, because I am with you wherever you go. I will never leave you. So he gave us the promise. So what are you afraid of? Why aren't you stepping into your goals? Why aren't you stepping into those dreams? You all, I want you to dream so big that it scares you. Have you ever heard that before? Dream so big that it scares you. I'm going to start doing that, because you know what I realize, you all? I realize that I've been shortchanging myself. I know that I'm doing well, but I also know that I can do much better and that I have not reached my fullest potential. How do I know that? Because there are still things inside of me that have yet to come out. There are still dreams that I have. There are still things that I think about constantly. And I'm thinking, how can I do this? How can I make these situations better? What do I need to implement? Right? Are those some of the things that you think about? And if they are, tell me in the comment section. Let me know. Talk back to me. So I'm thinking, what are some things that I need to have done? Andrea. Then I had to call myself to the carpet. Okay. I had to have a moment. I said, come on. Come sit yourself down. I had to sit myself down and we had to have a little talk. That's right. Jesus and I. And I said, come on. All right. I said, what do I need to do? I realized that I had been talking about getting a journal for the longest, and I had not done that yet. So I was having this conversation with God like for weeks, and I still hadn't gotten the journal. And it was just coming to me as I was reading Joshua. Andrea, get your journal. Get your journal. And I was having these conversations with myself. I didn't say anything to anybody in my household. And although I had kept saying, I need to do a vision board, or I need to write my goals down, it just never materialized. And what I was doing, you guys, was every time that I had a thought, or every time I had a goal, I was taking my kids, like their old notebooks, and using their leftovers, basically. That's not the way to do it. Get yourself something fresh. Get yourself something new, something that you can be proud of and look at and say, hey, this is my book of goals. This is my book of dreams. I'm going to refer to this book. I'm not going to deviate from the plan. I'm going to stay focused, right? You stay focused on the things you have listed. Knock those goals out and those dreams out one by one. I know you can do it. Look at them. Move forward in making that dream and that goal happen, and trust and believe that it is going to materialize and come to pass. So you guys, I'm flipping through my kids' notebooks, and it's so weird because I would see little drawings in here and their little writings, and I flip past those. I said, oh, here's a clean sheet of paper. So that's what I would do. Every time I had a thought, I just take one of their old notebooks and just write it down. Therefore, I have all of these dreams and these goals and things that I want to accomplish in my business, things that I want to accomplish in my personal life, just in random notebooks all the way around the house. So what I had to do was go to collect all these books, all these notebooks, which were just in the playroom, in their playroom, in their bedroom. And I just had to compile all these books. And finally I said, you know what? Enough is enough. Today is the day. Today is the day that I get my journal, because I've been talking about this journal for the longest and never got it. So I said, today is the day I'm going to get my journal. And like I said, I was having these conversations for like weeks about how I was going to get a journal, how I was going to write my goals down, how I was going to write my vision down. And I didn't do it. Let me share something with you all. Let me tell you how good God is. So I was in this space. My husband and I and my children were all in this space together. And I just spoke out loud. I was in my mind, I was having this conversation, but then eventually it came out of my mouth and I just said, you know what? I need a journal. I'm going today to get me a journal. I'm going today to get me a journal. And it's the funniest thing that happened. That's why I say God is good. He is a provider and he will provide for you. Just know he will provide for you. He will show up and show out. So I said, oh, I need a journal. And then that was all I said. So the next thing I know, my husband left the area. He walked away. And when he came back with the package. So he started to, unbox. He started to take things out of the package. The first thing that he took out was something black. He put it down. I later know that it's a journal. Okay, so he took this journal out, which is for him. He put it on the table. I didn't see what it was at first when he was taking it out, but I'm just telling you that's what it was now. So then the next thing he took out was for me, and he still didn't say anything. He was just taking things out and passing it. And so he said, here you go. So I looked and I was just like, oh, you guys, guess what it was? I think I already told you what it was, but just in case I didn't, guess what it was? It was a journal, right? It was a journal. And it's so amazing because this whole time I never told him about this conversation. I was always having this conversation in my head about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And then here it was that he turned out and he purchased a journal. And I said, before I said I was going to purchase the journal, I said I didn't want it to be plain. I wanted it to have some color. And that was really the only requirements that I had. So when he passed me this journal, it just blew my mind and it made my day because number one, it was a just because gift. And I should say number two was a just because gift. But number one, it was a confirmation, and it was God. It was God, because how else would he have known to get me that journal? So he passed me the journal. And I'm looking at it, and then the journal was pink, so I got color. It wasn't plain. It has nice designs on it, and it had one of my favorite scriptures on it. One of my favorite. So I'm just looking at this, and I'm just like, wow, okay. Needless to say, the journal was just what I needed to get started. So you guys, as soon as I got that journal, I was so excited. I started writing. I was just writing my goals down, writing my dreams. And I was thinking, you know what? No longer am I going to dream small, because I'm better than that. I am a child of God. I'm better than that. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to think of something that is so unimaginable and unattainable in my mind that this is now going to be one of my goals. If we're supposed to dream big, why are we settling? Why are we settling? And why are we just taking just the scraps? I want it all. Everything that's promised to me, I want it all. So when I read Joshua, I said, Andrea, you need to get yourself together. So I had to come to Jesus moment. I said, get it together, pull myself up by those bootstraps, and start working. Now, I believe that I'm a hard worker, But what I can tell you all is that I can do much better. I can do better. I'm always wanting to challenge myself to be a better person and to learn more. And that is exactly what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to do it. And we know that in all things you do it to the glory of God. All things you do it to the glory of God. So if we're supposed to do all things to the glory of God, that means that I have some work to do. That means that I need to consistently move forward, consistently do better, and so do you. And here's the good news. You don't have to do it alone. God is there to walk us through it every step of the way. And also, I believe that He's a provider, so He's going to provide you with those finances. He is going to provide you with the people that you need to help you get further along. And He is also going to give you the mental capacity to make those decisions that you need to make in order to reach those goals and to reach those dreams. So I'm here to tell you today, do not worry. Stop worrying. That's over. We're done with that chapter, sis. Stop worrying. God wants to take all of that and He wants to change it to confidence. He wants to make you more courageous, and He wants to give you the strength to keep going. So if you haven't learned anything else about this video, what I want you to do is write down all of the goals that you have. Write down all of those dreams, and don't stop. Don't stop. Whatever your goal is, I want you to dream so big that it just seems like you're all the way out there in left field. Somebody might be like, what kind of dream and goal is that? Like, she's never going to be able to make that dream and goal. Yes, you can. You can do it. We have to dream big, and we have to believe. And you know what else? If somebody doesn't believe it, that's okay, because it's not their dream. It's not their goal. It's yours. You're the one. You're the one that has to make it happen. You can no longer say, my husband did blah, 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 so I couldn't do it. We can no longer say, my sister did something 2 months ago. Now I can't do this. We can't say, my mom said I was going to be a loser when I got older. My dad wasn't there. No, that's over. It's over. The only person that we can blame for our mistakes is ourselves. So I'm telling you, today is the day. Today is the day that we are going to put our best foot forward, and we are going to continue. We are going to continue to reach those goals. We are going to continue to pursue those dreams, and we are going to dream big. I'm telling you, dream big. That's right. I want you to scare yourself. If you're not scaring yourself with your dream, it's not big enough. That's what I was told. And I was like, okay. So you know what? We're going to dream big together. And guess what I want you all to do? If you feel comfortable enough with putting your dream and your goal in the comment section, share with us. We're a community. We're here to talk. My perspectives may be a little bit different from yours, but that's why I'm here. That's why you're here, because we're going to learn together. We're going to share. So if you feel comfortable enough, share it in the comment section. Let me know what your dreams and your goals are. We're going to work toward these, and we are going to knock these goals and these dreams out the park, right? With the help of Christ. That is the component that we're looking for. So what I want you to do is share this video out. Share it with somebody. Share it with your friend, your neighbor, somebody that you think needs to hear it. That would be everybody, wouldn't it? To be able to have goals and dream. And then I want you to, again, if you don't want to share your dreams in the comment section, get a journal and write them in the journal. Write them in a journal. Write them somewhere. Write them in a notepad, wherever you can write them. Write these goals down. Write these dreams down. Make it plain. Do you guys hear me? Write your vision. Make it plain. And then I want you to go forth. Be courageous. Be confident. Be strong. Take over the land. Take over the land. Take over the land. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, that is your land. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, the goals, the dreams that you have, that is what you're going to pursue. And I want you to hit them hard, okay? And then you guys come back and let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're progressing. I want to hear all about it, all right? So don't forget, if you are not a member of this wonderful community, Geeky Girls Journal, become a dreamer and become a member of our family. I would love to have you, and we're going to have more conversations like this. I can't wait to see you again in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful, magnificent day and enjoy the rest of your week. My name is Andrea, and this is Geeky Girls Journal.